Welcome to NTI Day 15. Roll out.
All right. Happy Monday morning, boys and girls. Today in reading, you're going to keep practicing those sight words, spelling them and reading them. Also in your packet this week, you have lists 2 through 5. So if you're ready to move on to the next list, use that's in your packet to move on, okay? And I'm sure your teacher would love to hear you read your sight words also. Also, we have a mini lesson on Brain Pop Junior. Parents, remember this is a free subscription that you have used already for some of our videos, so you'll just click on that link to watch a Brain Pop video for our phonics. And then today you have a bike safety article to read and questions there, similar to what you just did last week. And then make sure you're reading at least one book and recording that onto your reading log, which we put new reading logs in your packet this week as well, or you are getting onto Raz Kids for at least 10 minutes. Now, for language today, for your drops in the bucket, you have bread, dead, and head. All right, and then you will use the rest of those words to help you fill in the blanks, okay? And that's all for reading and language today.
Okay, guys, for writing, first off, let's clear up some problems that you may have experienced. Way back when we started writing the imagined narrative and we sent things home at the beginning of NTI, we asked you to keep papers at home. Some of you may have missed that. So if you missed keeping your papers at home, we will get them back to you as soon as possible. We're not always working from school. And when we are at school, we don't always have everybody's packets. There's different people going through different packets. So if you did send any of your writing components back, we will send them back in your packet when they're delivered to us. So just be patient. It's an ongoing writing process. Try to finish each step of the writing process as you get your information back. Today, we are supposed to be starting the publishing of our writing. So you do have a little video to review before you actually start publishing. Now, publishing is in your neatest handwriting. You will need to reread your narrative and decide a stopping point. In your narrative or in your NTI packet for today, you will find a title page that you will draw illustrations on about your narrative, and here's your byline that you put your name by. Then you have several pages to look at this. You need to decide where is a good stopping point for each page. Remember, good writers know that the illustrations match the writing on the page. So look at your narrative and decide a good stopping point for each page when you do that, okay? Additionally, in today's packet, you will find the checklist or the rubric is what it's called, our scoring guide, to let you know how you're going to be scored on your writing when it's completed and turned in. So if you look at everything on here, you have to have complete sentences. Capitals at the beginning of each sentence, like we've talked about all year. Punctuation marks at the end. You have to have 3 of those transitional words. That's like first, next, then, last. We need at least 5 adjectives. That's those describing words. And then we want to see if you can do at least 2 combined sentences. Those are those compound sentences that you join together with the words and. Usually you'll use the word and, so we'll just leave it that. So these are the points. So use this to make sure everything's in there before you complete it. Your writing is going to last all this week for publishing. So you don't have to publish all in one day. It's going to happen all this week. And it should be due on Friday. But again, if you've turned in some components that you don't have, just be patient and we'll get them back to you as they arrive in our classroom. That is it for writing.
And for math this week, we're going to be talking about measurements. And we are going to start on the left and work to the right. And we are going to measure how many paper clips it takes to go across the cupcake. And same for the loaf of bread. You're going to start at the left and count to the right for the loaf of bread, and then you're going to write how many are on each picture and how many paper clips it takes for each picture. Give me a second here. And then on this page, we're going to use the cubes. So we will have to use the cubes to measure the pictures. That is for, and then for your choice work will be either Zern or Compass. That's it for math.
All right, and then for science, we are going to make observations at different times of the year related to the amount of daylight to the time of year, all right? And last week, you were able to do some investigations. It was nice and sunny. Today, you have a video on a watch and read along with Mystery Science with Doug. The book is a little bit longer, and there's a handout to go with that. So I have allowed you to have 2 days to complete this work. So you'll watch and read along the story, and then you'll complete this handout. And it even says that it's for today and tomorrow, okay? So that's your science work for today and tomorrow. And then we have library today. And Mrs. McDowell has put in that you can understand ethical use of information technology and media, and you have an I am a digital citizen sheet. And so you'll look at that and complete the next page in your packet. And that's the end of today's packet, boys and girls.
Have a good day.